Jumped up on laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome back to, or should I say, welcome to the first What If Kill All Kill. Basically, I don't know how to say her name, so it's Rocco, not Rock Obama. Rocco, or you know, Ryuko, or I'll just say Yoko. So, and sorry if I get her name wrong. So, I haven't watched the full anime yet, and and so I don't know if I'm saying that right. So, but I have seen Gurren Lagann on of how it is. So, in this what if, you know, the it's basically the entire characters. Like, if you cover one side, all of them meet Gurren Lagann. All of them. So, let's actually begin with a proper intro. Okay? So, it's basically what if Herm dates Siam. Oh. Or Simon. Oh. Simone. Simone! Sorry. That's what basically it. So, she gets teleported with like the people that you see on your screen. The one that like all those people on not Gurren Lagann ones, but hers. Or kill L-A kill. So all of those characters come to Gurren Lagann. I almost said My Hero Academia world. Sorry about that. It used to be like I had My Hero Academia. Of course, earlier I made what if Deku was married to Bakugo's mom. The entire movie. And if you hear me breathing when I'm talking or breathing through my nose, my room is really hot, so and no, it's not a steam room or spa room. So I'm just doing some like little bit of it, like explaining what is going down in this what if. Basically, her meets Sium, or sorry, I forget his name again. Oh gosh, dang it! Sorry. The so Simone, So she was like, this place looks like a dump right here. As she found her own, like, mech suit before. Because, so, it was pretty cool looking. So so she ends up laying, or it walked with. So, Sium, or not Sium, or actually, she saw, was him piloting the head of Gurren Lagann. As him, and him are at the same age. So, when, of course, it was, instead of Nia, that girl right there, do you see her? That is wearing the black tight shirt, or tight outfit one. And so he, or but his brother saw her first. So his brother, like, and huge shout outs to those two people that are on this side, or to those. Oh, so huge shout outs to them. So then he says, "Take it easy, bro." As she, of course, he says to his brother that Yoko needs or needs an opinion, because Yoko told Simone to go get his brother for her to, like, use his katana thing. So he told him. So he says later, as he leaves, as then she decides to walk up to him, and, or actually, his brother says, "Be careful with this one. She's vicious, Simone." So, because they, or he, Of course, she is kind of tells herself that kid Simone, looks like my age. As she asked Simone that or she says the cutest thing. Basically flirting with him. As he gets embarrassed as she loves him, but she never shows it to him. So she was horse visiting, and she says, or actually Simone says, and then check on what my bro's doing, or what they're doing. As she says, can I join you? It will be boring, but sure. As 2 minutes later, or actually, he was riding, or because her brother was trying to get holding something up and screwing it in and doing all that stuff. So basically, they've been there, and of course so Simone says, how about me and you go on like a take Gurren, or no, take log on to, or and you take yours, and let's just walk down. Okay? As she says, sure. As her thing looks like a gunman, because she jumps into hers, and then she becomes like blushed. Like her entire face was pink as a color pink. Like, so she ends up as she asks Simone question, as he says, sure, what? As she tells him that she and him like her and him were, or actually she asked him, has anyone asked you out on a date yet? As Simone is turning like same colored red, as she could tell it, but from, so she actually goes It was like, huh? Oh, that's gross. Sorry. At that, my phone went off, and I was wiping something off my hands, and so the so she can tell that he's blushing and turn your head away. So she ends up like asking him out as so to go on a date. So they both went on a date. Or it has been like a long time. So Naya and her always like they fight over Simone. Um, um, they fight over Simone, who will be his. So his brother, or like he, or his brother, it's similar to the anime, but she's in it, so she basically she can or she knows that he is so stressed out. Of course, her friend or that Gundam one, he actually has his own separate engine thing, so he can move around a lot. So he basically in the anime one, like way before he met her, he saves his brother her from it. As like all that, and he does the same thing. Like he saves his brother from getting killed, like in the anime. Because he knows that they both of them, Yoko and his brother, was in love with each other. So it as she can tell that, or or he can tell that the that Simon really likes them. But one day, a bunch of beastmen came and was gonna kill Simon, because he's just walking by himself to clear his head. And as his or her Gundam so like went and saw like those beastmen, like don't mind the noise thing. So like Viral is like you're a human cub. Now, time for you to die here. As he was, of course, he went and like attacked them at as she asked, "Where is my Gundam?" As she sees Simon's Gundam like log on, but as she notices that she never or she's can't see you, or she knows that her husband's missing too. So she thought, okay, maybe he's just taking him out for a joyride or something. As she gets a telepathic message from her Gundam of send reinforcements. Simon's getting attacked. As basically she told her brother, or his brother, that her brother's gonna get killed. As his brother was basically was or he was mad. So he like got into Gurren and like went full bore, punched Viral's robot, and as so then so she can tell that so basically Simon's, or actually how will I put this? Basically his brother, or like Gurren, and grabs Logon and runs. As he's running back with to get her, so because he like Riro says, prepare to die right here, right now. As as they see, or he doesn't see that mini gunman and flying right at him, hits him in the head. As he so they like after that fierce battle and 7 weeks have passed thing, as they're still fighting. Him, or no, her and her are still fighting over Simone, as his brother tells her them, how about both of you date Simone together, like both of you as he said sure, or they said sure. Okay, so and Simone went from this to being that. Basically, so he was as they all like trust him. So then, of course, during the before, like when they were crossing over, before they crossed, she wore that to make Simone a little bit too embarrassed, a little bit too much. So then that happens, then basically all of it. So then his through the years, like he went from like being the kid to being that, and then that, or he actually some out of nowhere there was a power surge thing, like he actually decides to do all right to do or actually there was a and when he was sleeping he had a dream of spiral power and the anti-spirals, like basically them. But he so anti-spirals and spiral fuse into Simone, and so his brother died from old age, basically, and so he so he and her and Nia got married before, as she had 2 kids with him, and actually both of them had 4 kids. One looks like Simone when he's younger with black hair and that red mark. I would never, in a million years, I never know that she's her, like her hair color looks like that. And so, and they went on their honeymoon, and basically Nia turns into her, but now they respect each other. Before I forgot to mention. So then all that other stuff, like, so it's similar to Gurren Lagann's is anime thing, but then, but in this what if it happens, he went from being like this, but he also gains like anti spirals and spiral power. So he is Gurren Lagann became the man of between or out of everything. That's what. So because and so she joins or she actually gets into the cockpit of Gurren and hold on, I just thought about something. If the top oops, sorry. If a top guy is supposed to be Logon was before Gurren. So would it be called Logon Gurren? Hmm? Like it's similar to Gurren Lagann but switched. So this is what it will be. Logan Gurren. So he ends up um being so happy and only people that are watching them is actually Yoko, who was watching their kids. Or the black siblings were watching the kids. So they were like, yep, okay. So so they end up, of course, she asked, is it just me or your thing went through a transformation? As it used to be that with like his brother, but now it evolved into by itself. So into that. So because he forged his own energy into it. So they Rashu. That's the only name that I could think of. Every time I'm making Gurren Lagann, what if? I always think of Rashu, the one that like that. Oh, I'm gonna make sure everything runs smoothly. Denza cracks his. So one day he, at my prison, as he says, huh, Vero, how do you feel against anti-spirals. Because his machine, like Simone's machine, went through the vault. And basically, he says to them, your modern weapons don't do anything to the old timers. So he, as he says, make a shield around it and before it explodes. Okay? So he knows what he's doing. Rashu catches on, like, that's a president for you. So then he, of course, now he asks him, he says, well, I think between him, you or anti-spirals, I would rather kill you instead, but hey, that would sound fun. He says it. It sounds fun to kill some spirals, or anti-spirals, sorry. So, he got let free and became him a special one, as she just loves loves him because he's more of the, I was talking about like Simone the Digger. So then they're like same thing, getting bored. Basically, all that stuff. So, the anti-spirals were like battling against them. It would be similar, but a little bit runs differently. She didn't get killed, but she of course, then he guides with himself all that power as he contains like the moon and all that stuff. So now he saves Nia, but at the end, Nia got, like, she got wiped out of existence. And she says, you still have me. As he says, yep, I still have you. Okay? As they were like, still had 4 children. So then new generation came and newer like enemies for them to fight and all that stuff. So this is the end of the video, real quick. So It's how it rolls. And do you like this content of what if her meets him, basically? I'll just change it to that title, so don't worry. So it would be, what if always forget her name, gets or got married to him? Not to his brother, to him. So, okay. So have fun, don't die.